Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Look, Wrestling 101, classes in session. Pay attention to the teachings, that's from Andrew and Derek. I mean, these guys making a killing with no competition. Dynamic duo better than the Hardy Boys and the Dudley Boys. Everybody make some noise, mess with them, you get destroyed. They cannot be beat, take a seat. Watch them do they thing on the MIC. Face defeat, they cannot be seen like JC. Oh my goodness, it's a killing spree.
What up, guys? It's Sean Damage McNellis here, and you're listening to Wrestling IQ 101.
Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of Wrestling IQ 101. I'm Andrew, and alongside Derek.
Yep.
And you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Wrestling IQ 101. And today we're joined by the Flamingo, Freddy IV. Man, how's it going?
What's up, dudes? Long time no talk, but I gotta correct you first. Kind of rebranded, rechanged my name a little bit.
Okay.
I now go by the Beach Bum Freddy Flamingo.
Hey.
Oh, the solo Beach Bum.
The solo Beach Bum.
I
Oh,
like
man.
it.
New year, new changes, man. Going into that singles run.
Yeah. You know, TJ, Freddy, you know, TJ's on my mind, obviously. You and Brody had that, huge split. What happened between you guys?
Yeah.
Oh, man. It was kind of a long time coming, at least for those that were close to us. I think a lot of people kind of saw it coming for a little while. There's just little things going wrong here and there, and we talked a lot, decided what we wanted to do going forward, especially coming into a new year. Basically what it came down to, though, was TJ Crawford just wasn't seeing himself as a beach bum anymore, which, it's sad to even say that, because we had so much fun doing what we were doing, but ultimately I think he wanted to represent where he was coming from his hometown in Chicago, and be a little more true to himself, which I can totally respect. He wants to try something new. I felt now is the time to go out on his own, test himself, and see what he can do as a singles wrestler rather than a tag team.
True. So
as far as Brody goes,
yeah.
He really just, I think he's kind of transitioning into a new phase of his life in general. Not so much to do with wrestling. He just had a lot going on. Good things. He got married. We all went to the wedding. That was a great time.
Mazel tov.
Yeah, really happy for our buddy.
Awesome.
I think wrestling was just not a number one priority for him. Obviously, I don't want to tell his story. Maybe one day he'll want to put it out there, but I think just for now, he's got a lot to focus on. Good new things that he wants to move into.
Nice. So going into singles, how has it been for you transitioning from being in a tag team now to going into being a singles competitor?
It's exciting, man. I mean, I'm getting to do a lot of things I wasn't able to do in a tag team.
Yeah.
As much as I love tag team wrestling, and honestly, that's kind of always what I saw myself doing. Whenever I was kid playing the wrestling games on GameCube and PS2, I was always putting myself in tag teams with my brother, making up these crazy stables. And, that's what I wanted to do when I started. But I never really realized how much you have to rely on the other person in the match, and it's nice because you can rely on them to cover you, but it's also just one more thing you have to look out for during a match. And it can get pretty stressful in there, There's just a lot more moving parts during those tag team matches.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice to be able to relax and just be able to focus on myself for now. It's just me in the ring. It's just me promoting. As far as getting myself out there, talking to bookers, it's a little bit easier to, kind of sell myself and travel when I want to travel and not have to coordinate schedules and rides with other people. So that's definitely been a refreshing change of pace. And just as far as when I'm in the ring, I get to do so much more. I mean, obviously it's a challenge because it comes down to me, but you know, I have to test myself constantly and push myself and constantly teach myself new things. There's no excuses. I can't rely on someone else to cover me. So I can feel myself improving every time I get in the ring, which is just a great feeling. And you know, it's how you want to be. It's how you want to live, constantly improving.
Definitely.
Yeah, you know, Freddie, let's talk about the doghouse and PWE. You know, you faced Rep Titus and Jimmy, you know, controversy. What was going through your mind before that match, and obviously the push after? What was going through your mind after that?
That was a weird match, man. As you guys know, we were undefeated at Pro Wrestling Explosion for close to 2 years, maybe a little more than 2 years. And we were just picking up crazy momentum over there. And, you know, having great matches with the likes of the Cyberhawks and Hermit Crab and the Cajun Crawdad from Chikara, Coast to Coast from Ring of Honor, and Red Titus and Will Ferrar. We were picking up wins over all these really well-established teams and just really building a name for the Beach Bums. So going into that match, you kind of get a little comfortable. Especially when you start building a streak like that, and it kind of just became another match. So we didn't really think too much of it. We might have taken it a little bit lightly, you know, thinking it would be more of a funny match, especially once we found out we were going to be going against the Wild Hog, who's more of a manager type, and Jimmy Controversy, who, you know, he's kind of a strange dude. You never know what you're going to get with him. Rhett Titus, obviously, is an incredible wrestler, and you can't take him lightly, but the people he had to team himself with for that particular show, you know, we didn't expect too much from them, so we thought it was going to be an easy win. I think that was kind of getting into our heads a little bit, just, you know, all the momentum and all the great feedback we've been getting. So when, you know, we kind of got caught off guard a few times and had a few miscues, bumping into each other. I think I ended up kicking TJ in the face when I was flying off the top rope. And, you know, there's some shoving and a miscue, and he got tossed out of the ring when Rhett Titus bumped into me. And I got knocked out with some kind of drop kick or big boot. I don't really remember. I do know I had a big bruise on my face after that.
Yikes.
They got the pin over me.
Yeah.
After the match, TJ wasn't too happy about that, you know? I think he kind of blamed the miscues on me.
Yeah.
Which, you know, that's cool. I'll take credit for some of it, but, you know, as a team, you really got to take the blame together and figure out what you can do next time to do better as a team. I know Brody understood that. He was cool with it. But, you know, TJ, he's a fiery little guy, you know? He shoved me down after that match and just kind of stormed off on his own and, you know, went right to his car, and I didn't get to talk to him for a little while after that. But, you know, that's just kind of how he is. He's very emotional, very fired up, takes himself very seriously, which, you know, that's a good thing, especially for an athlete. You got to take what you do seriously, but unfortunately for the team, I think from there things couldn't really recover the way we wanted them to.
Yeah, definitely. So
we tried to team up a few times after that at Wrestle Pro and maybe a couple other places, but it was just, I was kind of seeing the writing on the wall. It was getting harder and harder to coordinate things with him, and I can see his head was in a different place after that match. So that really was the catalyst to the Beach Bums breakup, I guess you can say. And Brody, I think, kind of saw all the drama and just, you know, he didn't want to deal with it, so he's kind of moved on with what he's doing, which leaves me.
Definitely. The lone beach bum, yeah. So with this breakup, is this something where, you know, like brothers. They have fights, they break up, but eventually, they come back together. They're always there for each other. They always have respect. Or is this something that you feel like it can't be repaired?
That's a good question. I have a younger brother who's 5 years younger than me, and we grew up wrestling, and we both played sports, and we could both get really intense at times, whether it's over video games or what other game or sport we're playing. So we're fighting all the time. I think I threw him through a wall once, and he broke the drywall, but that's a story for another day. But to this day, we don't get upset with each other over those small scuffles. We're back to normal within an hour. We let our heads cool off, and then we're good. So, I'd like to think I had that same kind of relationship with TJ Crawford. After, being so close for so long, it definitely felt like a brotherhood. I don't think you guys and the fans quite understand just how much time you spend together when you're a tag team like that. And, we were pretty much exclusively a tag team for 2 years, which means every show we were going to, we're traveling together. We're in the car for hours at a time, eating all these meals together, stretching, getting ready for the show together, trying to help each other come up with different things, spending all our time training together, multiple days a week in a gym, doing our workouts, in the ring, running drills, trying to help each other go over new moves and just different stuff that we want to try out, coming up with ideas. And even when you're not together, you're thinking of the other person and trying to think what you can do to help them improve. We were always kind of challenging each other and pushing each other so that we could become better as a tag team. So we definitely had such a close relationship. So, I'd like to think that that's not going to be completely lost. But I guess time is going to tell on that one. Yeah. I see him a decent amount at training still over at the Creative Pro School. Mm-hmm. And, we'll cross paths at different shows in the area. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's definitely a different relationship from what it was, which is a little disappointing for me. But I think with time, that it can be repaired. That's just me being the optimist. I'm sure people would love to see us team again. When we announced that the Beach Bums were breaking up, I was getting messages for days, people asking what happened, which is, part of the reason why I wanted to do this interview. Mm-hmm. Kind of clear some things up. I'm so glad to answer any other questions, but, people are upset. I was upset. I wanted to keep teaming up. I really did. Yeah. You guys saw the strides we've made over the 2 years firsthand. You've been to so many of our shows, right there in the first row.
Yeah, the Trios Championship.
The different places we've gotten a chance to wrestle at, and just the improvements we've made are insane. Mm-hmm. Way more than I would have ever expected coming into wrestling.
Yeah, everyone always jokes about this. When the tag team breaks up, they say, "Who's going to be the Marty Jannetty of the team?" Are you, when you face TJ Crawford at PWE, are you willing to take that, put that final nail, in a coffin of a young career? You could potentially, if you beat him, it might be put him in a tailspin or something like that. You never know, right?
Man, I don't know. I hope neither of us are the Marty Jannetty. But then again, Marty Jannetty's had a pretty good career. Yeah, he's still wrestling to this day. And
former IC champ.
He's still a legend in my eyes, but I get what you mean with the implication.
Yeah.
One tag team partner is going to be less successful, but I mean, honestly, I think we can both be successful. There's no reason for us not to be.
That's good to hear.
I think part of us having this match isn't just to prove which one is better, but it's just another way that, for me personally, I can push myself. Because I know how good TJ Crawford is. Whether or not he's a beach bum or he's overtime TJ Crawford, he's one of the best wrestlers I know. Just in our small circle of local guys and even different shows I've gone to. He's got a lot of talent, man. And he's young. And, I've been waiting to wrestle him for so long. Even when we were teaming, we'd practice wrestling each other. And I was like, man, I think we could have a really good match together one day if the stars line up. Obviously, it happened a different way than I would have liked. But, man, I'm amped to finally get to wrestle him. I think we're going to have a killer match. Like I said, with all the time we spend traveling together and practicing with each other, I don't think there's no one in wrestling that I know better than TJ Crawford and vice versa. We know all each other's stuff, so we're going to have to pull out all the stops. We can't go to the same old moves we've used in past matches. So if you guys come to this show in Philly and you watch this match at PW, you're going to see a different side of us. You're going to see us stepping it up to the next level.
Yeah. Freddie, the thing I like about you is that you're not slouching on facing opponents as a singles competitor. I mean, you've been in there with Craig Steele, Jay George, Beefcake. I mean, you're facing some pretty big dudes right there. I mean, how's it been transitioning to facing these giants compared to knowing that somebody's in your corner when you need that tag?
I'll be honest, man, it's tough. I'm not the biggest guy there. I'm still working on putting on a little bit of poundage so I can measure up a little bit better. But yeah, it's tough being on your own. You really gotta get creative. You can't just do the same old headlock routine as everyone else. You really gotta kind of find your spots and really watch your opponent closely. Find ways to jump around and outmaneuver them. It also plays into myself kind of using the psychological tactic with the surfing. People think that's just me being goofy, but a big part of that is trying to throw guys off their game. If I know I can't outpower someone, I got to kind of trick them into thinking that I'm not taking them seriously, so that they might take one big lunge, throw one wild haymaker, and then there's my opening, man. So I gotta play a different game than everyone else, but I mean it's working out pretty well. The win-loss record isn't so great right now, but we're working on it. I'm getting a little more accustomed to the singles run.
Yeah, we believe in you.
Yeah, definitely. So when good tag teams that have been together, when they break up, a lot of tag teams are broken up. The Dudley Boys, the Hardy Boys, the Shield. You guys have broken up. What do you think it is? Do you think it's just the same thing, and both of you guys are just yearning for something new, or what do you think will lead to a breakup, and more importantly, what led to the Beach Bums breakup?
Ultimately, what it is, no matter how close you are as a tag team, no matter how much time you spend together and how much your goals can line up, there's still 2 or 3 individuals, and you have your own minds and your own dreams. So eventually that split's going to happen whether you want it to or not, and that's going to happen with anyone. You can't be exactly the same even if you're in a team. So I think once those cracks start to show, it could either end very violently, or you can kind of agree to go your separate ways, figure out your own goals for a little while, and hope that you can still be friends, still come back and renew that relationship later on. With me and TJ, it's a little bit in the middle, as I think some of the frustrations got to him. It didn't quite explode as violently as it could have, thankfully, but you never know. At PWE, things could get heated in there. Once it turns into a competition between me and him, you never know what's going to happen. For now, I'd like to think we could have just a nice competitive match, but once you turn up that heat and we're in one of the main events, and you never know how those Philly crowds can be. It can get pretty physical in there, man.
Yeah, for sure. So, and also with the success you guys have had, do you look at it as, were you a little worried when, you guys decided to break up and, you're going on your own? Because now, you guys had success together as a team. So now you have to kind of transition that into you having success as a singles competitor.
Yeah, it's a little scary for me, not gonna lie. Like I said, it's definitely easier when you have someone else you can rely on. You kind of have an established routine. But at the same time, I've never been someone that can stay comfortable with the same routine for very long. I always need to be trying something new and, challenging myself by teaching myself some new skill. So that's kind of how I look at this breakup. Mm-hmm. Is okay, we got pretty good as a tag team, but now this is an opportunity to teach myself how to be a singles wrestler and how to do it on my own. So, yeah, I was a little nervous at first, but I think I'm starting to get a little more comfortable at it and look at it a little more optimistically and seeing how I can just improve myself as a wrestler and as a performer by going out there on my own. So I think ultimately acquiring that skill to be a singles wrestler is going to help me in the long run.
Freddie, do you think this was a little premature? Because you guys were featured on Impact Wrestling, these guys were looking at you as a team. They brought you in as a team. And now that you guys are going your separate ways, do you feel like maybe this was a bit premature?
Yeah. I can't say I don't agree with you. Mm-hmm. I think we definitely had a few more years. I thought we had a few more years before those cracks would start to appear, but like I said, TJ's his own individual person. He has his own dreams, and he wanted to go back to his roots. And once someone starts to think that way, there's not much you can do to stop them without them resenting you. And I never wanted to be that guy. I never wanted to hold TJ back, or you don't want to be in a tag team relationship where both guys aren't on the same page. It's just going to make both of you unhappy. And, we both wouldn't be performing at the same level if one guy's got his head over here and one guy's over here, and we both have different goals. So, yeah, while I would have liked to team for years more, I think we could have gone so much farther. Uh-huh. And, we were on such an upward trajectory, but it didn't feel like it was going to keep going that way. Once TJ kind of came to me and was like, look, man, I think we got to go our separate ways, you just kind of see the writing on the wall, and you just realize it's time to move on. Even if from the outside perspective, fans aren't going to see it that way. Mm-hmm. I know from my relationship with TJ that it was just time. Like we said, maybe there'll be a time where we can resume what we were doing, but he's got to figure out who he is. I'm comfortable with who I am as the Beach Bum. That's me. That's how I grew up. But I think TJ's got to find himself a little bit more before we can really team together to our full potential.
How was that competing on Impact Wrestling?
Oh, man. That was crazy. I never would have thought that within 3 years of becoming a professional wrestler that I'd be on Impact Wrestling. That's one of the shows I grew up watching as a kid when I was a fan. So it was surreal and kind of all came out of nowhere. But, once you're there, you're almost a little awestruck. Just the caliber of talent Impact has on its roster right now. Mm-hmm. Guys from Johnny Impact to Austin Aries, Falaba, just all those guys that were around there. Everyone's just Pentagon, all those Lucha Underground guys. Man, it was insane to be in a locker room like that. And we've been in some pretty good locker rooms, but it really made me feel like I'd come a long way just to even be considered to be on the same show as guys like that. And you just learn so much from those kinds of experiences.
Yeah. And I was gonna ask, what was something that you could tell us that you learned or that you gained from that overall experience?
I think it was just a different kind of way of working in a different atmosphere. You're so much more focused on the cameras when you're working a wrestling match specifically for TV. Like, obviously, the live crowd is always going to be important, and you always want those good reactions, but it's such a produced show, and there's so many agents running around making sure you know about the cameras, and there's just different people that all got their microphones and different things to watch out for. So even for a shorter match, there's so much more that you got to look for, and it can be stressful. I wasn't too stressed out, as obviously being there as a team, you kind of work together, and the people at Impact were very helpful, helping us out, making sure we knew what we had to do. But it could definitely be a little overwhelming, but cool experience, and hopefully it will prepare me for more experiences like that in the future.
Yeah.
Well, last time we spoke, art was such an important thing for you. You were designing the gear that you guys wear to the ring. During this time, have you been into your art more? How's that been going for you?
Yeah, that's something that's going to be pretty exciting going forward. Now that it's just me, I can kind of focus a little bit more on myself and how I want to present myself artistically. And as far as creating new gear, like we can have some really cool stuff out there. Now that it's just me, and I don't have to worry about, does someone else want to pay for gear too? Or are they ready to keep investing? I'm ready to go all the way and have some really crazy gear. I've got some really cool stuff designed already that I just haven't rolled out quite yet. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the next couple months I'm going to have some new gear that's going to give me, as the Beach Bum Freddy Flamingo, a new fresh look. And, kind of start transitioning more into a singles superstar. I got some cool stuff coming up. I can't reveal too much, but yeah, I've definitely been trying to get back to my art a little bit more and thinking about ways I can revamp myself visually as well as in the ring.
It was cool. It's cool because your YouTube channel is continuing to grow. You still have the vlogs, and you put out the best of 2018. Are we going to still be able to see more of the of you doing more videos and stuff like that, vlogs and everything?
Yeah, for sure. That's something I've always been very passionate about. I was always kind of the guy on the Beach Bums team that was pushing that kind of stuff and pushing the promotion and the videos, because that's stuff that I genuinely enjoy. Obviously, it helps with connecting to the fans when you're always putting videos out and showing some either behind the scenes stuff or different things to get people excited about your matches. But it's something that I genuinely enjoy, and one of the best things about wrestling, I think, is being able to show your character and be creative through these different mediums and utilizing social media to reach these different fans. So yeah, I'm not going to be slowing down with the videos at all. I'll probably see even more now. That's just me and the Magic Conch. We're going to be doing some wild stuff, really pushing the limits and going out there.
Oh man! Now, with this change for you, it kind of reminds me of the Shield. Roman. He held on to like the Shield image and the Shield gear and the Shield music, and it's kind of like you're the lone Beach Bum. But what is your identity? Is it a new identity? Is it a new Freddy Flamingo, or is it the same Freddy Flamingo? What should fans expect from you now?
I Beach Bums was always kind of my brainchild, I guess you can say.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of it really is just who I am as someone that's grown up in New Jersey and spends so much time on the beach and just hanging around the beach and, you know, by the water and outside. It's really just who I am. And, you know, I think you can see it in my art style as well, that, you know, I could be a little out there and might act a little goofy, but I think that's going to be something that will continue to work in wrestling. I think it's something that has set me apart so far in the ring and with the videos. And, you know, it's really who I am. It's my sense of humor. It's things I find funny and, you know, might throw my opponents off their game a little bit, but I don't see it stopping anytime soon. I think it's going to get just a little bit weirder now that I don't have TJ and Brody reining me back.
You know, the thing I liked about you is that you found your singing voice, you know, with the Shook Crew and Drowning the Clowns. Did you always know that you could sing like that?
Well, thank you. I was in a few musicals in middle school. Had some pretty big roles. So I was actually the mayor of Whoville in Seussical when I was in, I think, 7th grade or 8th grade.
Oh man.
So there's some DVDs of me singing on stage from when I was really young. Much shorter hair, but, you know, essentially the same voice. Don't go digging around for those, please. Yeah, I mean, music is definitely, it's something that's always been a big part of my life as well. Kind of goes hand in hand with the art. If I'm in my studio, I'm always blasting music, singing and dancing around as I'm working. It's something that kind of lets my brain start freeing up the creative juices. So, yeah, I mean, all my life I've been singing, dancing, and, you know, I taught myself guitar just to further involve music in my life. So it's cool when wrestling allows you to kind of tie in all these different creative interests, like the art, like the fashion design, like the music. So yeah, that feud with the Shook Crew, I thought was the perfect opportunity to bring a little bit more of that in and try writing my own rap. So I didn't know that up.
You know, now that you're on your own, who are some of the people that you want to face in the ring? Who are the challengers that you're looking at, either legends or somebody that you come across at almost every show or something like that?
You know, it's funny. I don't know if you guys saw that list I put out on Twitter or on Facebook about the matches I wanted to have for 2019.
Mm-hmm. No, I hadn't.
Check it out. It's essentially just a bunch of different stipulation matches I wanted to have with TJ
Crawford. TJ Crawford. Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, it was just like 10 different matches with TJ. Yeah.
Conch shell on a pole match.
Yeah.
Fight on the beach. Fight on the courts. Submission match. So that's kind of where my head's at the moment. Just, you know, I kind of want to have these matches with TJ while this emotion is still fresh. I think we can really make some magic out there and really pull the best out of each other. And really, you know, I think it'll get brutal at some points, but I think that'll be something the fans will want to see, and that's something I want to go through to push myself. But you know, once I kind of get past that, there's a lot of guys out there I want to wrestle. Because I mean, again, I've been almost exclusively in a tag team for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
All these potential matchups would be fresh and new. So I don't even know where to start, but you know, guys like Matt McIntosh, Anthony Bowens, Pat Buck, Dan Moss. I'd love to have another match with Frankie Picard, the trifecta champion right now. He's been getting out there and defending his title in all different promotions, which is really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, just Cream, Tracy Williams, I believe he's in the match for the PWE Championship at the next PWE show on the 8th. He's an incredible wrestler. Rory Gulak, just all these guys. I'm just so excited about all the different possibilities. It's hard to limit myself by making a real list. Any legends or guys that have been veterans of this business, I think I could just learn so much from, and I'm excited. Everything's new.
Yeah, definitely. Now with this rivalry you have with TJ, that's kind of brewing, between competition you guys are having with each other. Do you think you're gonna be able to push yourself and turn it up and do whatever you have to do to show that that you're the better one? That's what it comes down to. Even with brothers, it's about competition and seeing who's better. Are you going to be willing to do whatever you have to do to make sure you get the win?
Yeah, man, absolutely. I mean, it's something I've been looking forward to. I haven't slowed down or slowed up in my training. I'm still training every week. I'm in the ring, just running drills until I can't anymore. I've been watching lots of tape, trying to figure out new ways I can innovate my offense. Just training hard, doing lots of yoga, improve my flexibility, changing up my diet for the new year, just so I can be 100% when I'm going against TJ. And again, I mean, we know each other so well. I don't think the same tactics you've seen Freddy Flamingo use in past matches are going to work in my matches against TJ.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you are going to see me use a lot of new offense and new techniques just because I have to. He knows all my stuff. He knows about the surfing stuff and the hip wiggles and all that. So you might not see so much of that in this match, and you might see me just get right down to it and really just try to out wrestle him, because I want to beat him. I want to show everyone that I'm the better wrestler. It's that brotherly competition, and I think he's the one to bring it out of me.
Freddie, the sky's the limit for you, man. And we here at Wrestling IQ 101, we want to wish you the best, going forward now as a singles competitor.
Thank you.
Yeah, and actually we want to thank you for taking up the time and actually talking to us, enlightening us and about this sad situation, but also a positive one. When one door closes, the other one opens, and you're on your way, man. You're going to be, I think, you'll be just fine. I mean, the confidence that you alluded to earlier in the episode will probably carry you a long way. And we really want to thank you for reaching out and talking with us,
Yeah, for sure.
For sure, man. And don't forget, I still got the magic conch, so really anything can happen. I think you guys are going to see a lot of creative stuff from me in the next few months. So, don't sleep on Freddy Flamingo just because he's a singles guy now and doing some different stuff. I think that just makes it more exciting.
Yeah, for sure. And for all of our fans, can you tell them where they can find you if they want to link with you on social media?
Yeah, Instagram is @Flamingo Wrestles. Twitter is Flamingo Freddy 4. And I also have a Pro Wrestling Tees at Freddy Flamingo. So you can check me out there if you want to support, or if you want to shoot me a message. Follow my videos at Freddy Flamingo on YouTube. And I promise I got a lot of cool stuff coming out.
Yeah, awesome. Send him some Pokemon.
Yeah, man. We can't wait to see all that great stuff you got going on. And for us, we're Wrestling IQ 101. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at Wrestling IQ 101. Listen to us here, right on YouTube, or right on the B Plus Player Network. You can listen to us on Google, iTunes, all streaming platforms. And for this episode, we thank you for listening, and we are out.
Yeah.
You have just listened to the Wrestling IQ 101 podcast, powered by B Plus Player Radio.